We did it, guys. 100,000 subscribers. Not on. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. It's been quite a long journey. A lot of you have been with me for a while. A lot of you just showed up. You guys are cooking. I'm seeing it on social media, and I'm talking to people who are feeling invigorated. And for me, that was the whole point of this show, was to invigorate people, especially those who might not have confidence in the kitchen. And what I'm seeing makes me extremely happy. It makes me think that we can start a serious cooking movement, not just idolizing food and chefs and restaurants and crazy contraptions, but truly good, wholesome cooking based in care and love. And that's why I'm so happy today. This has not been easy. I'm a little tired. I don't know if you could tell that I got some bags under my eyes. It's a day of celebration. You know, I'm gonna just make myself a cake. The show is a lot about caring for others, cooking for others, showing love to others through food. It's also a lot about taking care of yourself. Sometimes you show yourself some love. And that's what we're gonna do today. I ain't got a lot of people cooking me cakes, so I want a cake, making myself a cake. But as you know, I'm not a baker. So when I do recipes like this, if it's something that is scientific like baking, I'm either piecemealing a recipe, whether it's like taking the cake part from some recipe and then a frosting from another, or just taking somebody's full recipe that I've deemed worthy based off of reviews, based off of how it looks. And one of my favorite cakes is a chocolate hazelnut cake. In looking for that, I found this Ferrero Rocher cake. It looks pretty damn good. The recipe is from Live for Cake. Get it? You know, it's like Olivia, Live for Cake. It's clever. So I'm making Olivia's Ferrero Rocher cake today. It's got 5 stars. The reviews seemed glowing. I'm not gonna make it exactly as she did. I'm gonna make like a simpler version. She's got some meringue and stuff like that. I don't mess with meringues. So basically that's that. We're gonna go through and make this cake casually. A bit of a relaxed episode. I'm just gonna enjoy making this cake for myself and for 100,000 of my new friends. So let's just get right into it. First things first, we're gonna get the dry ingredients into a bowl. All right, so it says 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna sift everything. Now whenever you measure dry ingredients, you don't wanna scoop it. You wanna spoon it in and drop it into the cup measure. And then you're gonna even it out with a knife. That calls for some Dutch processed cocoa powder. I'm gonna sift 3/4 of a cup as well. 1.5 cups of sugar. And then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Just fluff it up, and then it comes with a little evener on there, so you just throw it in. 1 teaspoon of that, and then 1 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. So 1 and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So that's almost all the dry ingredients. One thing we have to do now is make a little bit of a hazelnut flour. So I got about a cup of hazelnuts right here. All I'm gonna do is toast them, blend them up, measure out 3/4 of a cup, and then add that as sort of a hazelnut flour into the cake mix. So let's just toast that up real quick. Just gonna throw this on medium heat, and as soon as the pan really starts to get hot and these smell a little nutty, I'm gonna kill the heat and just let them finish in the pan and cool down and then blend. Just with their skins on, right in the blender, I'm just gonna pulse it. So that's what we got going on right there. So I'm gonna measure out 3/4 of a cup of this stuff. Then we can use this to garnish the side of the cake. So I'm gonna put that aside. Then I'm gonna mix this hazelnut flour up with the rest of the dry ingredients. Now let's get our wet ingredients ready. I'm gonna do all my wet ingredients into this guy. So So I'm gonna go in and get some buttermilk. And first I'm gonna go in with 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk. Oh man, there's not even 3/4 of a cup on this thing. 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Vanilla. So we got 2 eggs. Gonna mix that together. And then I'm gonna slowly add 3/4 of a cup of hot water. Hot, I don't know why, but I'm gonna add it slowly and temper this a little bit. So not to cook the eggs. Slowly add the hot water in. So that's my wet ingredients. Now I got 3 cake tins. I think these are 6-inch cake pans. I've cut out parchment paper that fits in the bottom. Now I'm just going to grease each one and then coat with cocoa powder and then line with parchment paper. Is that the right order? Yes. And I'm gonna add some cocoa powder into each one. And then just pat it into the next one and then drop your parchment paper in. So I've got my cake pans prepared. Now it's time to mix the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. And if you have a KitchenAid, go ahead and use that, but I'm just gonna use a trusty old hand blender. Apparently it's supposed to be a very thin batter, so keep that in mind. Definitely looks a little thin, but we're gonna go with it. I mean, it's definitely a thinner batter than I've ever really made. But all the reviews were good. Now, I don't have a kitchen scale, but I want to evenly disperse this. So... So now I just got them all on a big sheet tray. I'm gonna throw them into a 350-degree oven that's been preheating. Looks kind of weird to me. I don't know if it's gonna come out, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna set an alarm for 30 minutes. Then I'm gonna check it with a cake tester. All we have to do is make the frosting. All right, let's go check on them. I don't have a cake tester, but I have a thermometer, little probe here. I'm just gonna use that. We're good. We're gonna let these cool like this for a minute or two, and then we'll try and get them out of the pan. Oh no! Well, that's gonna be my bottom piece. It looks nice though. I'm gonna let this cool. Okay, so while the cakes are cooling, I'm gonna make batter. And we're gonna make a Nutella buttercream. Hazelnut cake. Nutella is a hazelnut chocolate. We're gonna also throw some Ferrero Rochers into the mix a little bit. So it's like a Ferrero Rocher cake, you know? That's what we said. So what I need is a bowl. Again, we're gonna be sifting ingredients in. 3 cups of powdered sugar. Then we're gonna add another 3/4 of a cup of the cocoa powder. Whisk it together. We need a big bowl. I'm gonna put a 1/2 of a cup or 3 sticks of unsalted butter that's been softened to room temperature straight into the bowl. So I'm gonna whip this now until creamy. I'm gonna pop it onto low and then add 1 cup of the powdered sugar mixture at a time until it comes together. Now I'm gonna add 3/4 of a cup of Nutella. I'm just gonna eyeball it. 3 big spoonfuls of Nutella. And then we're gonna just whip this on high for a few minutes. Now I bet you all are wondering how I'm gonna plate this cake. Obviously on a cake dish. So now we're just going to assemble this guy. First, I think a trick is they put some of that frosting right on the bottom for the cake to stick to. Let's see if we can get this guy on here. And I'm just gonna go in with a thin layer. I don't like a huge amount of frosting. I like balance, right? So I'm gonna take a couple of Ferrero Rochers and just crumble them up. I am a happy camper. That recipe worked great. Look at this cake. This cake is moist, it's flavorful, it's deep chocolatey. The buttercream is Nutella-y and hazelnutty. You get those little kind of crunchies throughout because of the broken up Ferrero Rocher. And the frosting's really nice. That's cake. It's a really great cake. I do recommend this recipe. I will definitely credit Liv for Cake for making such a great recipe. All I ever really wanted to do was make sure that more people were cooking today than there was yesterday. That's really all that I care about. I'm here for you guys. And that's why 100K means so much to me. It's an incredible honor. It is humbling. I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you so much. Now I'm gonna enjoy this cake and try and ponder how many people 100,000 actually is. I know you're supposed to have like crazy elaborate plans and big videos when you hit 100,000, but I've just been so tired. I don't have enough resources or time to really figure out something crazy. So I thought I'd do something for myself. Hope you don't mind. As I get bigger, as I get more access to things and more people help me out, we'll do cooler stuff. I mean, we're here for the long haul, guys. I ain't quitting anytime soon, just in case you didn't know. Thank you for my patrons who've been here all along from the beginning. Thanks to my viewers, those who have been here from the beginning and those who have just arrived. You all mean so much to me. So happy we're friends. That's all that I have today. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much to all of you. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself and go feed yourself.